Welcome back to part 2 of the greenhouse build. With the wall being finished, the next job was to build the wooden frame for the greenhouse, but I have to be honest and say that I didn't really know how it should be built, so I just had to make it up as I went along. On a side note, the strawberry seedlings have grown a little bit more since the last video, so hopefully the greenhouse will be ready soon and the seedlings can have a proper place to grow. So the first thing that I did was to rough cut the wood to size and then work out how it could all fit together once I had the pieces laid out. This is when I realised just how wet the wood was, as it had just been freshly pressure treated. I decided to half lap the pieces and screw them to the wall when ready. The next thing was to set up the roof joist so that I could work out how tall the greenhouse would be. The corotherm roofing sheets that I'm using stipulate 10 degrees minimum fall, so I cut the wood as close to 10 degrees as I possibly could. I then clamped everything together so that I could work out the sizes to cut the rest of the wood. The glide saw made cutting the half laps a lot easier, and I used this joint to connect the wall plates together. And I simply screwed the sides into the wall plate to secure them. Nails would have been better, but if I mess up I'd struggle removing all the nails, whereas I could just unscrew everything if things go pear-shaped. I've not quite sussed out how I'm going to do the sliding door yet, but hopefully I'll be able to make something suitable and fasten it to this cross piece. Now I messed up big time here. I thought I was being smart by cutting out a trench for the top piece, but I didn't allow for the height difference of the half laps, and it meant that I had to remove more material than I planned, and I'll have to repair it somehow later on. Fortunately, it's just a cheap greenhouse and not a fine piece of furniture. For supporting the rafters, I made a piece that spans the entire length of the greenhouse. This makes it easier for me to secure it to the garage wall. I used a bandsaw to cut a 10-degree edge so that it would seal better later on when the roof sheets go on. I cut a test rafter, and it was more out of pure luck that the bird's mouth fitted first time. Rain was causing problems, but I only had 4 of these rafters to cut, so I put the power tools away and I cut the rest of the wood by hand. For the roof and the exterior, I'm going to try and use a corotherm polycarbonate. It was easy enough to cross-cut the poly, but we ran into another problem which put a temporary halt to the project. It turns out the sheets are cut at the factory from a much bigger sheet, and the sheet had been cut wrong, which meant that the entire sheet was out of tolerance. So we had to wait for a replacement to be sent, which was going to take a couple of weeks. So whilst we were waiting, I just fixed the rafters in place and used the rest of the wood that I had to strengthen up the greenhouse. The wood will need time to dry out before it's painted, so I wrapped the greenhouse in some leftover sheeting that I had from a previous project, in the hope that it will keep things dry and allow us to paint everything before the cold weather sets in. So now it's just a case of waiting for the roofing sheets to arrive.